Fine. It's a long way from Seattle to Melrose Place.
You know, there are times where I felt, oh, I wish I got to play, someone a little more RPG or edgy. In the end, I'm so glad that I played Jane.
The down-to-earth star of the iconic primetime soap shares secrets from the set and why she's still a Northwest girl next door. Plus,
Sherman is our little taste tester.
Well, he's got the tongue for it, too.
He's got the tongue for it.
A food truck that's going rogue for Rover. How about that? And this may be the craziest food trend we've ever seen. Why folks are on a waiting list to have their dinner cooked by a bear. Seattle Refined starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Garth Swanson, up on Capitol Hill today. Boy, do we have a fun show for you today. If you were anywhere near a television in the 1990s, chances are you were a fan of Melrose Place.
The edgy, sexy, daring, over-the-top nighttime soap about a group of 20-somethings living in the same apartment complex changed the television landscape. And one of the show's breakout stars, Federal Way's very own Josie Bassett. Now nearly 2 decades after being launched into stardom, Bassett is still going strong as an actress and author. And as Refined's Malia Karlinski found out, she's still very much a hometown girl.
Ooh, I like it.
Hanging out with Josie Bassett in her kitchen feels like you're gabbing with your best girlfriend. It's easy to forget that her home on Lake Sammamish is a million miles away from where she first made her mark, on Melrose Place.
Thanks for putting the Melrose Place theme song back in my head all weekend. I know, how does it go?
Yeah. Do it. You do it.
I need a refresher.
It's like near, 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 near.
And then there's you guys, you're walking.
We're walking.
I remember that day.
What was that day like?
It was so, I was so young and kind of just getting into the business. And I remember walking down Melrose and really having no clue what it was going to turn into.
What it turned into was a cultural phenomenon. The
No,
twisty
Joe.
plots and captivating
We were
characters
friends.
on Melrose Place made it must-see TV in the 1990s.
Her character, though, Jane Mancini, I mean, everybody loved her because she seemed so nice, where the other ones were kind of mean.
You're trying to get dirt?
I'm not trying to get dirt, but Jane's like the girl next door. Yes, and there were times where I felt, oh, I wish I got to play, someone a little more RPG or edgy. And in the end, I'm so glad that I played Jane and was the girl next door, because that's really just who I am at heart.
We didn't actually, just kind of.
Jane was mostly good, but that doesn't mean there weren't a few catfights, especially when it came to clashes with her character's on-screen sister, Sydney.
What about that scene when you came home and your sister Sydney had your grandma's wedding dress on? Oh yeah. That Graham's dress. Graham. Get that off!
I said to take it off! Just gotta rip it!
We had it in one take because then I jumped in the pool, and so we had to get it, and thank God we did. I love that pool scene. It's so classic. It's like
It is so
true
great.
catfight.
It's just in slow motion.
But when you came out, Jane was so composed. Like, she totally had it together, even though Sydney was freaking out. Oh yeah, that's right. The hair, the wet short hair. You. I can't remember what I said. I think what you said was something like, I think she said like this. You ruined Grandma's dress, and then Jane was like, "It's perfect for the Bride of Frankenstein." That's right.
It's now tailor-made for the Bride of Frankenstein.
By the time Josie landed that star-making role, this Federal Way native had already modeled and acted for years. She grew up in a close-knit and supportive family.
I moved to LA when I was 17, 18, and started out modeling, and then started just like TV movies and commercials were what I did first, because I did not have any aspirations to be an actor.
Oh, really?
What were you doing? Just modeling? I was just modeling, yeah, and then I was going to go to college. Like, everything just sort of started to fall into place.
She found success early on in the sitcom The Hogan Family as Cara.
I think if it didn't happen within a certain amount of time, I would have switched careers, because it's a tough path. It's a really tough path to be an actor. You know, it's a lot of rejection. I played just sort of the straight-laced person that was like not the funny one, but got to be funny because she was so straight-laced and so clueless and stuff like that. But I loved it. To me, sitcoms are the most normal show to have a normal family, a normal life.
Family has always been Josie's top priority. She was pregnant with her first child when Melrose Place went off the air. And Josie decided to pick up a pen and add author to her resume.
The show ended, I had Mason 4 months later, and then just was like, oh, I need something to do, right? And so that's when I started writing. The first 2 were making memories. That's right. Yeah, and little bits of wisdom, and those were more parenting.
What made you think that you could even, I mean, you're an actress and you're a mom, and then you're like, I'm just gonna write a book.
I think when we all, like anyone has a creative idea, if we start thinking about, well, someone else has done it. Well, of course someone else has done it. That's how things evolve. So I just realized, don't do that. Like, if you have an idea, go for it without thinking too much. So that's what I do.
She's written 4 books, including the award-winning Tickle Monster, all while being a single mom of 2 and an in-demand actress.
Nick?
These days, Josie's co-starring in the Wedding March movie series. It's on the Hallmark Channel. And she's with her former Melrose castmate, Jack Wagner. Here's a fun fact. The 2 barely crossed paths on the nighttime soap.
We didn't know each other really, like we're on the same show, and here we are doing this series of movies together. We have so much fun. We have such a good time together. It's kind of like a long-lost brother or something, right? Because we have this trust in each other.
She plays Olivia Pershing, who reconnects with her college sweetheart just before she's about to marry another man.
So I finally am playing like a romantic comedy type character, and it's the most like me that I've ever played.
Get out of the house!
It may seem like the Seattle sweetheart is living a charmed life, but 3 years ago, she almost lost it all in a catastrophic house fire. It reduced her home and her life to rubble.
You said this is a house fire? House fire! Okay, all right.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse. And if we wrap our minds around what it could have been, we can be grateful for what it was, because someone could have lost their life.
Tomorrow on Refined, how that devastating fire nearly cost Josie everything, and the surprising new love that rose from the ashes. Seattle Refined is just getting started. The photos that are blowing up the internet. We guarantee your jaw will drop too when you see what these ripped athletes can do with a pole. But first,
they love it. They see that truck and they go right to it. They want treats. They know treats are there.
the dog treat's so good, even owners want to take a bite. Next. And a quick note, we are counting the votes, and this Friday we will reveal the winners in our first annual So Northwest Fall Edition. Find out if your favorites will take home top honors for the best autumn has to offer around the Northwest.
Have you been diagnosed with...
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Garth Swanson. These days, surprise pop-up restaurants are all the rage with foodies. And now the latest pop-up trend pushes it to a whole new level.
It's called Cow by Bear. It's super exclusive, and it literally is a private dinner party for 14 guests at an undisclosed location cooked by a chef in a bear suit. A Refined contributor made reservations for a recent Cow by Bear in Soto and loved it, but it's not cheap. Tickets will cost you $195 each. To learn more, check out our website. Always the innovator, Starbucks is brewing up something new and tasty. The company's Seattle Reserve Roastery is also now the home of the first U.S. location for Italy's renowned Princi Bakery. The artisanal bakery and cafe will bake its mouth-watering goods fresh on site. Check out the gallery on our website, but we warn you, it's gonna make you hungry.
Everyone knows I love a bakery, but now I'm also a fan of something called a barkery. It's sort of like a food truck, except this one has definitely gone to the dogs.
They're all here. Maisie, Duke, Spike, and Angel. They're the regulars, here to chow down at the Seattle Barkery, a food truck for pooches, serving up bacon pupcakes to beefy carrot bagels, and everything in between. and made with human ingredients. The big dog at the park, Little Sherman, who runs the show.
Sherman is our little taste tester.
Well, he's got the tongue for it too.
He's got the tongue for it, and he's super picky, so a lot of stuff didn't make the grade.
A few years ago, Dawn Ford and her husband Ben put their dog walking business on pause and fired up this food truck for their furry friends.
Big dogs are not picky. Your black labs, your goldens, they love it all, but the little guys like him, I don't know, since they're smaller, if they're a little smarter, they know they can hold out for better stuff.
So does he like the bacon pup cake?
He likes everything here, so everything he has approved.
They love it. They see that truck and they go right to it. They want treats. They know treats are there.
You love the Barkery.
Everyone loves the truck. Even Deuce, the bodacious bulldog, whose first love is his football, until a doggy donut is served.
All right, you want to share this with me?
Yeah.
Oh, man, what? How good.
They're baked fresh daily. My wife and I are up early every morning, and yeah, you can see bagels, cheesy donuts, turkey patties, bacon pup cakes, the #1 seller. Close second would be the chicken hearts. We air fry in coconut oil. So it's all really scrumptious, delicious, nutritious, and fresh.
Doggone it, make no bones about it. This is heaven on wheels for these pups. Just ask Angel, who's addicted to the treat chute.
She's totally motivated by food and running around in big open spaces, but she gets excited as soon as she sees it.
Here at the Barkery, every pooch's palate is special, and no one is left out.
We have a little group that line up on the fence here. I think the dog walker gets a little annoyed because they don't ever play. They just see us and line up at the fence. I call them my fan club. But they love the cheddar biscuits. That's their thing. Yeah, they love cheese.
I'm the guy with the donuts for the dogs. How you guys doing? Here, have a piece. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you guys like this place. You guys are regulars, right? So if I was a dog, what would you serve me? What do I look like? What kind of dog?
Maybe a golden retriever, probably.
And what do golden retrievers like?
Oh, they like it all. They're pretty easy to please.
The Barkery also does special order cakes for dogs, and Ben and Dawn say every penny of their tip jar goes to the nonprofit Old Dog Haven. And the most popular places to catch the Barkery: Magnuson Park, Georgetown, and in Fremont. Still to come on Refined, it's opening night for what could be one of the hottest tickets in town. Plus, the workout that might look easy, but trust us, it's not.
Steve Poole.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gart Swanson. Now, I live a pretty active lifestyle, so I naturally try and stay pretty fit. But I have to hit the gym hard to be able to work a pole like these folks.
These pictures on our site are blowing people away. They're from the 2017 Northwest Pole Championship. I mean, come on. These ladies and gents are limber and ripped. You can see the full gallery on SeattleRefined.com.
Think that looks like an easy workout? So did two of our Refined staff members.
Carrie and Gina were so sure they had the right stuff that we sent them down to Seattle's Divine Movement to put them to the test. We'll let you be the judge on whether they passed.
Hi. Hi, ladies. Welcome. I'm Trisha. I'm Gina. Gina, I'm Trisha. I get to be your instructor today. Have you ladies pole danced before?
No. At Seattle's Divine Moment, women find their sultry side thanks to pole dancing.
Here at Divine, we don't have overhead lights and we don't have mirrors. So it's literally just you and the music.
Sort of nervous, sort of excited. A little bit of both. I'm definitely nervous. It's the fear of the unknown for sure. But YOLO, you know, we're gonna try our best today.
That's right. YOLO.
Right off the bat, Carrie and Gina realize the bar is set really high.
What? What? I think you do it on the ground.
My husband asked if I was wearing a thong, so there's that.
See, my mom said, "Are you wearing a garbage bag?"
I would not say this is a stripper factory by any means. I think it's really I think it's a confidence factory. I think it builds camaraderie between women. I think it builds strength within your own self. Hopefully they walk away and say, that was hard, but I think I can do it. Pole walk. Fireman spin. Sweep in the direction of the eagle. Land on your tippy toes. Yes, that's gorgeous. Good.
Makes me dizzy.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Are you?
I feel like my fingers are gonna fall off. When you're like sliding down and it just was not pretty.
Trying to go slowly and gracefully and feeling so
Yeah, while your hands are really sweaty. I think just the very first time you tried it, it was like not good at all. It didn't look graceful or anything. But the more that Trisha described the movement and the more she did it, it was kind of like, okay, I have to like hinge my hip here or whatever. So it just took time. It was the hardest for me to get to, like the first time actually like trusting yourself and letting go. But like once you did it, it was really fun and like totally worth it.
Now your hips are going to swing around like a tetherball.
Okay.
And your right toe touch back. Yes!
I like the back one that I can't think of the name right now, because that's super trust fall where you got your leg back and you really just have to kind of let it go. And it's just such it feels so graceful, even though I'm sure it's like incredibly awkward.
It felt great.
But you're looking at the ceiling and your back is arched and you're like, oh. It was more fun than I thought it would be, honestly. Like it was genuinely fun and genuinely challenging, and I wanted to keep going and keep learning more, even because the first time you get it once, you're like, wow, okay, I did it,
really
okay,
fun.
let's do something else. Yeah, even though I'm sure, again, that we look incredibly awkward.
Oh, totally.
But in your head, you're like, all right, I got it.
Great.
I got this. Nice work. Woo, woo.
That story was part of Refine's workout week. To see the other spots where the ladies sweated it out, log onto the site and search for Workout Week. We'll be right back, but first, this Refine shareable moment. Welcome back to Refined. You know, excitement is in the air down at Seattle's Paramount Theater tonight for the Seattle premiere of The Bodyguard. Yes, The Bodyguard, the musical stage version of the classic Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner movie that spawned hits like I'll Always Love You and I'm Every Woman. This time the role of diva extraordinaire Rachel Marin is played by the soul-stirring Deborah Cox, and man can she sing. The Bodyguard begins a 5-day run tonight, so if you want to see it, better act fast. I spend my whole life running around. You have a bit more time to get your hands on tickets to 2 of next summer's blockbuster concerts. Both Kenny Chesney and Ed Sheeran are coming to our sponsor, CenturyLink Field, next year. And Refined viewers can enter for their chance to win a pair of free tickets to see both shows. Log on to SeattleRefined.com/concerts and scroll down to find the entry forms. Kenny Chesney plays CenturyLink July 7th, and Ed Sheeran plays August 25th. Enter between now and November 26th. Good luck, everyone. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Garth Swanson. Thanks so much for joining us here on Seattle Refined. We will see you next time.
It's the only news of its kind